Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope that you guys are all having an amazing week. I'm having a great day today. It's because today, the day that this video is being released, I am en route to New York City for IMATS and many other things. I'm going with my two friends, Julie and Shell. Julie has a blog and Shell has YouTube and blog. I will link them down below so you can go check them out if you haven't already. But yeah, the three of us were tackling New York City this weekend. And yeah, we're going to IMATS. We're gonna, eat some great food, go out, all that kind of stuff to have a nice little vacay. And then a dream of mine is coming true on Monday. I'm going to see the Yankees home opener in New York City in Yankee Stadium. I'm so excited. I've seen games there, but this is just something special. This is just the beginning of a new season, and I am so excited. If you don't know already, I am a huge Yankee fan. If you follow me on Instagram or Twitter, Yankee Girl 2. Hello, it's because of that. So yeah, I am going to be vlogging it. I'm going to be taking clips throughout the weekend, and then also I will be doing everything on Snapchat or Insta stories, whichever one I feel like doing. Most of the beauty stuff will probably be on Insta stories, and then the rest of the weekend will be on Snapchat, but not too much because I am going to try and vlog it. But make sure to check me out on those channels just so you can keep up with us this coming weekend. But yeah, so today's video though is my March favorites, as it is, a week into April. I figure I might want to talk about what I've been loving in March, but I haven't actually found like a ton of stuff that I'm like, oh my god, I need to talk about. Like, I've been keeping my makeup pretty simple, just like really wearing matte lip all the time to work just because it lasts the entire day, making sure my skin looks flawless, and then that's about it. I haven't been doing anything too crazy, but there are a few things this month that I've noticed that I've been really reaching for, really enjoying, and then also there is two of which I started trying out this month, and then the other two items I've already had, but I'll stop babbling and all that kind of stuff. Let's just get into it. What products I've been loving for the month of March. Okay, so first up is a makeup item. The rest of the favorites are more like tools and tricks type of things, so I wanted to just get the makeup out of the way first. And it is from Lancome. Now, I did get sent this to try out along with a couple other products, which you will be seeing on the blog in the next week or so. You'll be seeing a post about it, but it is one of the cushion compact things that have been the rave the last little while. This is the Tanty Doll Ultra Cushion, and it is in 140 Ivoire N. So I think this is the second lightest shade, and it does have more of like a yellowish undertone, which I find suits my skin tone a lot better. This has SPF 50 in it, which is absolutely insane. But yeah, the thing with these is I typically don't like cushion compacts just because I find that they don't provide a ton of coverage. I find them a little bit bulky in the packaging. I find that they can be greasy sometimes, the ones that I've used. It's more, in my sense, like a tinted moisturizer type thing rather than like a full-on foundation. So I gave this a go a couple weeks ago, and I was at my boyfriend's house and I hadn't tried it yet, and I was like, okay, I just have to get ready in the morning. You dip your little, like the little pad that comes with it into the actual cushion itself, so into here. So I dab that in, and you just press and you pick up product. It's all stored in this like little compact thing, and I put it on my face and I gasped, and he thought that something was wrong. No, there was nothing wrong. It was the fact that this foundation, I'm gonna see if it will get picked up on here. I just put a swipe of it on. The coverage on this thing is ridiculous. I can get basically a full cover finish, in my opinion. I don't want to make it look like my skin has been like plastered on with makeup, but like a full coverage to me is that it looks flawless, but there's still a hint of that skin-like texture. I can get that with this foundation. 2 coats is usually about right, or if I really heavily like press into the cushion, that's how I can get that full coverage. If not, I can make it like a medium coverage easily. I have it on my skin right now, and my skin, it looks really good. It looks really nice. It looks nice and even and flawless. If I don't powder it, I can look very dewy. Now, if you have oily skin, I would actually say to just avoid this at all costs, because if I find that it makes me look a little bit too dewy, or I really need to make sure I powder it so that it lasts, it's not going to do well on oily skin. I do find that this one, I don't get a full day's worth of wear. I do get 6 to 8 hours of it looking really good, and then after that it starts kind of faltering. But it is so good with the formulation. It is so thin as well. It's easy. It's like super easy to bring around when you travel. I might actually be bringing this to New York. But it's just such good coverage, so easy to apply, and it gives my skin what it needs to give it in these like weird temperature times that it's like sometimes it's cold, sometimes it's not. But yeah, I really like it. And I definitely went on about it for like half an hour after I put it on for the first time with my boyfriend. He was done. But he did say that it looked amazing in like regular light and all that kind of stuff. Like he even said that he could tell that it was a really good foundation. So you know, if a guy says that, it has to be somewhat good. But yeah, this is such a great product, and if you have dry or normal skin, I would highly recommend giving this a try, and especially for the summer with the SPF 50, it is going to be such a good thing for like quick, like get up and you just want to get outside but you want protection. This would be a really great option. Okay, so sticking in line with foundation, I figured I might as well talk about this one next. At the end of last year, like Boxing Day, actually. Boxing Day is always the day that I renew to my VIB Rouge, it seems, because it's just by the end of the year I've spent that $1,000 that you need to spend. I will not be making Rouge this year, and I'm okay with it. But typically when that happens, though, they're out of the gift for that year. Like, they've just run out. Too many people have gotten Rouge, so they just don't have enough. So the store that I went to like kind of qualify back in St. Catharines, they were out. So then a few weeks ago, I had to go to Sephora to pick up some concealer, and I was like, oh yeah, I still haven't gotten my VIB Rouge gift. So because I didn't get it last year, I actually get the 2017 gift. And it's this little tiny brush that I really just was like, ugh, why do I even want this? It says Sephora VIB Rouge on it. It's the Pro Mini Flawless Airbrush, and it is the 56.5. Now, Sephora makes this, which I find is a little bit of a cheapskate move for this VIB Rouge gift. I would rather get something higher end and not just this little tiny brush. Like, I've spent $1,000 in your store. Like, maybe give me something a little bit better. But anyways, I don't like using brushes to apply my foundation. I typically go with a beauty blender or something like that. This thing is amazing. The reason why I hate using brushes a lot of the time is because I hate the streakiness that you can get with it. You can see the brush strokes. It's just super annoying. I find that sometimes it will sit too heavily on the skin. I don't know. This doesn't do either of those things. I don't see a single brush stroke once I'm done like blending everything out. The coverage is still amazing once I finish using it. And I feel like it actually gets into my skin and almost makes my foundation last a little bit longer than if I was to use a beauty blender or like some sort of makeup sponge. So I'm actually really impressed with this, and I like that it's tiny because then it's like good to just pop into your bag or whatever. But yeah, it's really nice, and if you are qualifying for VIB Rouge this year, this is actually what you will get, like I said. So don't just be like, ugh, another brush, I don't really care. It is actually pretty good, and if for someone who hates using brushes to apply foundation likes it, I think that's saying something. And then sticking with brushes, there's another brush that I just kind of looked at when I was trying to figure out my favorites, and I was like, I've been reaching for that one a lot, and I actually really like it, and I'm going to be looking for more of them at IMATS this weekend. And it is from Royal Langnickel. I got it at IMATS Toronto several months back, and it is the Super Crease BMD 445 brush. You can just see, I'll put it up against my skin so there's like some nice contrast. First off, it's turquoise and fun, which I absolutely love, but this one, it's just this very thick, dense, like crease brush, rounded brush. When I'm in a rush in the morning, I will actually just use this single brush for the entire eye look. So what I'll do is I'll take like a mid-tone color, put it through my crease, blend it out with this brush, kind of wipe it off a little bit on a paper towel, go in with a deeper color, go over that same spot where I went with the mid-tone, wipe it off, and then what I'll do is I'll actually use the edge of the brush, not the top, but I'll use the edge in like some sort of like shimmery shade or whatever, and then pack that on the lid. That way I don't have to keep changing brushes if I'm in a rush. This one brush will do basically everything minus the lower lash line, so then I'll have to grab a brush at that point, but sometimes I don't even do that. So I don't know, this brush, it packs on color really nicely, but it also can blend out color super well. It's just really cool, and you kind of get that like when you want to have it all blown out, because the brush is so big, it does it on its own, so you don't have to like move your brush up. You just kind of move this brush even just a tiny bit and you get that nice like blown out look. Really big fan, and I'm definitely going to look at getting more of this one, like at least one or two more, but then also looking at some of the other ones that are in this like turquoise, and I think there's some pink and purple ones because they're just fun. They're just fun to have in like my makeup brush collection. Okay, last but certainly not least, it is like there's actually two products, but it's just more so like the trick that I've been loving for the last month or so. I have dry-ish skin. It's going back to the normal phase now because we are approaching summer, which is nice. But I want my makeup to last all day still and not kind of suck the life out of my skin. So it is this really weird balance that I have to play, just because I don't want to overly dry out my skin, but I also don't want my skin to look too dewy because then my makeup won't last for the entire day. It's a really weird thing to be part of, but I usually use setting sprays to do this, but I found that this combination makes my makeup last like super long. Like I'm saying, like I work out now twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week, which I'm very proud of myself that it's been going on since the beginning of January. I actually stuck to a New Year's resolution. My makeup lasts during my workouts, and it's not like I'm just like lifting like 5-pound weights. Like I'm doing HIIT interval style workouts where typically someone would be dripping sweat by the end of them, and my face is still looking fine by the end of the class. Like my makeup is not budging, my foundation is not breaking up, and I do think it's because of this combination, kind of. Also, the fact that my skin is a little bit drier, it probably doesn't hurt either. But what I'll do is once I'm done my makeup, I will always set it with the Urban Decay Chill Makeup Setting Spray. This is a cooling and hydrating one, so if you do have dry skin, this is the one I would recommend rather than the All-Nighter. Unless you want it just for going out at night, then the All-Nighter is perfect. So what I'll do is spray this on my face first, get that hydrating nature of this, and then I will put on another setting spray. Yes, 2 setting sprays, but this time use the second one as that setting action more so. So I've actually been loving the Essence Keep It Perfect Makeup Fixing Spray. This thing is awesome, and when paired together, these two are like unstoppable. So yeah, so I just find that my skin doesn't get dried out during the day, or my foundation doesn't start breaking up because it's sucking, or my skin sucking all the oils out of the foundation, but rather it just stays perfect all day. And I think it's because I'm giving the hydration and the cooling in this one, but then also the heavy duty setting spray in this one from Essence. Okay, and that is it. Those were my favorites for the month of March. Not too many, but I think I found some really great things just in my everyday life that I've been absolutely loving. Let me know what you have been loving for the last month or so, either down below in a comment or link me a blog post or a video or whatever it is. So yeah, I would really like to hear that, because that's how I typically start trying out something new, is if I hear someone else really loves it, then I know that it's kind of been tested out and I don't mind spending the money on something that someone else already loves. Make sure to follow me on social media, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat. My Instagram, maybe my Twitter, and definitely my Snapchat will be busy this weekend. I'm in New York until Tuesday, so make sure to follow me, Shell, and Julie along with our adventures in New York City. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of the day, and I will see you next time. Bye!